So the EDTracker Pro is mounted to my headset. The software at the top right is the EDTracker Pro UI. You can see it's tracking my head. You've got control over the yaw and pitch scaling, and you can change the smoothing, the orientation of the USB cable, and then there's the keyboard button to press to reset the view. Down at the bottom I've got EDTracker running, and that's taking the motion from the EDTracker and converting it to mimic a track IR, and you can set the linearity curves for yaw, pitch and roll. So you can just click on a point and drag it to change the curve. And make sure it's running, and you can see that my head's moving and the axes are changing. I've got keyboard buttons mapped for resetting both views, so I can reset the EDTracker and reset the OpenTrack. I found that's needed at the moment in these early testing. That's been needed to get the right position once I'm actually sat in the car. So let's start up iRacing and show you what this looks like. You need to have both those programs running in the background. So once I've got iRacing fired up, I'll reset the views. So here we can see I'm in a Star Mazda. So if I get my head sort of comfortable and reset the views, both views, let's put the keyboard down. And you can see I can move my head from side to side, up and down, left and right, look at the mirrors, look around, and then come back to the centre. I've tended to need to reset after doing that sort of large movement. I don't know whether that's because my head hasn't been coming back to the same position. I might map a couple of steering wheel buttons to reset at a later date. I haven't worked on that yet. So let's get it nice and centred, put the speed limiter on, get into gear, and of course I have to apologise for my rubbish driving. So you can see I can look towards the apex, and it's really very smooth. And it almost just needs a gentle roll of the head. It's very subtle movements. I still think I might have it a bit too sensitive on the dead zone. So let's try mapping it to the keyboard, rather, sorry, to a couple of wheel buttons rather than. So let's just go back into my options, controls, and let's unassign my brake bias. Quit out of this. And let's go in here and bind a key. And we'll bind a key here. Let's try this again. Let's just try resetting the view with the button on the. Okay, so that's that. Let's test again and see how that works. So now we get our head in a nice position. Reset both. And let's just go have a little drive. And I'm still getting used to this to it, but it seems it really does seem to be very smooth. And as someone who's always leaned their head when they've been racing sims, it just feels very natural to be able to just move my head ever so slightly to change the view. So you can see we didn't do that quite so well. So let's just try resetting the views just to. You see, I had the reset buttons just on my two wheel buttons down at the bottom right. That seems to be quite easy to do. And I've still got look left and look right assigned, but I could probably just reassign those because I can look at the mirrors very easily. And there we have it.